Thank you for listening to the Midwest Horse Fair Outside the Arena podcast, where we share wonderful real-life stories and expert advice from the equine clinicians and entertainers from around the country who have been a part of the largest 3-day horse fair in the USA. Our first series will include several interviews conducted during the 2024 fair. This is Kelly Kinney, the Midwest Horse Fair Coliseum announcer, and we hope you'll all stick around and learn more about the fascinating lives of these experts outside the arena.
Welcome to the Midwest Horse Fair podcast. We are joined here today with Ariana Sakaris. And to start off, could you please just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your background, who you are?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. So my name is Ariana Sakaris, and what I do is I specialize in liberty work, in dressage, in groundwork, and in problem solving. But overall, in anything that I do, what I'm looking for is to improve the horse mentally, physically, and emotionally. And also, one of my goals in my work is to help people become better with their horse, no matter what their goals are with their horse. So for me, especially liberty work, we can use liberty work principles and concepts for any discipline and any direction anyone wants to go. It's for the betterment of the horse and the person, with relationship at the forefront is one of our goals.
Great. Could you please just explain what liberty is for some people who may not know?
So liberty work to me is working towards having the horse loose with no halter, no lead rope on, and able to communicate, that you're able to communicate with the horse and you're able to read the horse in a space where they are completely loose. So we have liberty work where the horse, for example, could be at our side, following us at our shoulder, like a dog heeling at our side. We also have liberty work where we ask the horse to move a little away from us. For example, do a circle around us. So we have the horse learn how to be next to us, but we also teach the horse, can you move away? Can you work on this particular task or complete this maneuver? And then can you come back to me? So liberty work really challenges you and the horse to work on improving the horse's thinking power, ability to problem solve in the moment, and it pulls the horse's brain to the forefront. So the benefit of liberty work is you have a horse that's able to think through things, able to hear the sentences you're saying through your communication, in your body language and your energy, through the way your body moves, your feet move, the tools that you use, the voice cues you give. So it's teaching the horse how to think, to feel safe to think, and be confident to think with you.
So Ariana, I'm new to this whole liberty thing, and maybe some of our listeners may be in that position too. And so to me, I feel like it's very like unconventional. We think of riding our horses to build that communication. So what got you started down and specializing in liberty? And
so originally I was riding and working with trainers when I was young with the intention to jump and do dressage. And I didn't really know that there could be more, but I always had this gut feeling that I wanted more. And whatever I did with the horses when I was riding, I always thought, what would happen if I took everything off? What would I have left? And so it's kind of my inner GPS kind of kept pulling me and drawing me to people that did liberty work. And I would see little glimmers of that being able to be possible by seeing little video clips of other people working with horses loose. And every time I saw that, I literally would stop and just be captivated by it. And I thought, I can't move forward in my career with horses, in my profession, without going and getting this piece and adding it to the work I do. So my own curiosity and desire for more steered me in a direction of pursuing liberty work. And on that pursuit and discovery, I learned that I can't do anything without this now, because now that I figured out the benefits, now that I've realized how it's improved me so much as a horsewoman, I now have to melt this into everything I do. So liberty work to me was the missing link, but it helped me to be able to help any horse, whether we're working on trailer loading, whether we're working on working with somebody's horse that wants to go on trail rides. I love working with horses that with people that have goals of improving their liberty work, but I also love helping people problem solve certain things using Liberty Work principles. So to me, nothing is more beautiful than when you can get the horse's mind in a good place, their emotions in a good place, and their body in a good place. So that is the most attractive thing to me beyond any physical thing that a horse can do when we ride them. My goal is to be able to take those Liberty Work principles and melt them into anything we do with the horse under saddle. But I feel like I'm really glad I was drawn to that kind of work and that kind of relationship focused work, because the end result is so much more beautiful than if you leave that behind.
That's awesome. And so it sounds like, let me know if I'm hearing you correctly, it sounds like Liberty is kind of that foundation to all of your different riding experiences. You can also see it on the back end of you have your riding and you want to expand your skills and enhance your skills. But then also, you said it's melded into your everyday riding. It's that missing piece to every which way that we work with our horse. Those are things that I didn't really know before. And so tell us a little bit about what kind of services you offer, and tell us a little bit about the Ariana Sakaris program that you offer.
So I'm based in Kentucky, and I work with horses locally in Kentucky. I have my own 2 horses, Wild Heart and Mermaid, that I'm working with on their Liberty Work, in their dressage, and also in their bridleless riding. But I also want to make an impact and help people worldwide. So what I started doing, because there were so many times where I'd work with a horse, whether it be at a clinic out of state or at home in Kentucky, and something beautiful would happen, a transformation would happen. And I wanted a way to be able to share what I experienced with other people as inspiration, as a model of how they can approach similar situations. So I started filming as much as I could in the work that I do. So we film at clinics, we film with horses at home, and I've taken those videos and kind of dissected them down into bite-sized, step-by-step topics and blueprints that people can follow if they're really far from me. Because the lessons that the horse can teach us and the lessons that Liberty Work can teach us can be valuable for everybody. And I wanted a way that people could basically pull up their cell phone or get on the computer and have the ability to watch a step-by-step video. And also part of the program that I've added in that's, I think, the most special and popular part is we have coaching calls twice a month.
Very cool.
Where people can, let's say there's not a video on the specific thing they need help with. I can actually help them by watching a little video clip or answering their question to help get them the progress and the information they need to go home and work with their horse. So we started trying to capture on camera the things that I've been experiencing and wanting to share with everyone, that before technology boomed, it was always reserved for whoever was there with me. Now I get to share it with the world and hope that it inspires people that we can do things differently with horses, and we can work towards improving ourselves and the horse with the goal of it helping wherever we would like our dreams to go. So my focus now is pivoting to the work with my own horses and also being able to create a program that truly, truly helps people.
So it sounds like your demographic could be expanded, exponentially, being able to reach people in a different way. But who is your target audience? Who are people that are normally coming to you for services? Can you describe what that client looks like? So
I have a variety of people or kinds of people that come to me for my services, my help, my feedback. For example, I have people that have never done Liberty Work before that are interested in it. They don't know where to start. They don't know a process to follow. They don't know what methods they should be utilizing. So I help people and hold their hand from the very beginning. I also have people that are already working with their horses at Liberty that would like to either help solve problems that they're experiencing or advance it.
Yep.
So then I help them be creative on what we can add to what they're already doing. I help what they have become better. I also have a lot of people that have no intention of doing liberty work, but they would like me to help their horse become more confident, become more relaxed, able to think better. I work with horses in dressage, in eventing, in horses that maybe are just going to do groundwork and liberty work. Maybe they're going to do obstacles, all sorts of disciplines. But the core is people want the horse to be able to be better in their mind, body, and emotions. So people, if I were to say what's the common thread between everybody, it's wanting and to take care of the inner part of the horse.
Love that. So you talked a little bit before about problem solving. And I feel like, as a horse owner, we always reach a point where we get stuck. And so tell us a little bit about maybe your a success story that you've had. One of your most challenging horses or situations that you had to overcome, and what was the result?
So I would say I've had a lot of situations that have been really amazing, the transformation that the horses can make, whether it be currently right now in Kentucky, I have some horses that were working on trailer loading, some that are just not confident and they're a little bit unsure of how to be brave and how to trust their environment, us, the things around them. But I think the most successful story and transformation is one with my Mustang Wildheart. I always wanted to challenge myself to work with a wild horse because I thought I want to work with the horse in their rawest state.
Very cool.
The way nature created them. And so when I got my Mustang and I was working with her, I realized that she was here to teach me the things that I was lacking. And so what she taught me, she's a very introverted horse, and she taught me to read behind the layers, to be able to read behind her introversion, and how to be able to build her confidence building was huge for her, very important. And going from this horse that wanted nothing to do with me to now being able to ride her bridleless, in her do dressage bridleless, work with her at liberty bridleless, ask her to lay down at liberty. All of that is such a huge transformation that I could not have made that transformation without having tried to see things from her perspective, get inside of her head the best I could, and also modify and adapt myself in the way I was working with her. So she made me grow, and the result of me growing was that I was able to help her better, and now she's the best thing that ever happened to me. So to me, her story is the greatest story that I have.
Very cool. Very cool.
So, you're talking about your story here. You're facing these challenges. Who is somebody that you may go to if you are stuck, or who's been a mentor for you as you've grown in this process?
So the first person that really taught me about liberty work, I was over in France. I was traveling over there and learning. And I actually had gone to another expo in France, and he had on the TV videos of him working with tons of horses at liberty. And I went to some of his clinics in France and Belgium and Quebec, and I learned where I could start. And that set me on the path to then discover more. But I would say Jean-Francois Pignon was the first person that introduced me to how I could start the process and what it was all about. Now, currently, as I've honed in on my own methods and gotten experience working with horses towards that goal, I have a few colleagues of mine and friends that I'll consult and talk with. Somebody really pivotal that has helped me with my Mustang and helped me learn how to build horses' confidence has been Sid Zacharias. He really helped me a lot with my Mustang, and he has served as a lot of inspiration to me on how to improve my methods and my approach and how to read the horse better. So I find that at this point, I'm always open to learning a little tidbit from everybody, and then I melt it into my own framework and process. We have to always be willing to grow and learn, and the horses are absolutely our teachers, because the horses have helped me create my methods and my step-by-step process. But it's really helpful to be able to consult with other friends and colleagues as well to share my experiences and see if tiny little details, if I could kind of modify them and also serve as inspiration and support, because we're all after a similar goal, to be able to be better in the eyes of the horse. So we can all help each other cross disciplines in many ways.
Right. So keeping with advice, if someone was looking to get into Liberty or even the horse world in general, what is one piece of advice you would have for them?
That's a hard question.
Right? That's why we ask it.
Yeah. So one piece of advice that I would give, that's hard because there's 100 things that I would
right?
share.
Yeah. Top couple then.
I would say one of the most important things you can learn about, whether you're riding or you're on the ground, is learn how to redirect your horse's focus.
Okay.
Because usually that is where the window of opportunity is to change what's happening in a moment. So if you can redirect where the horse's mind is gravitating to, where their focus is at, and you can show the horse that you will reward that mental changeover from one radio station to another radio station is the beginning of the domino effect of things going in the right direction. So learning how to calmly, patiently, and slowly redirect mental focus, that is where all of the things that we try to achieve, that is where it stems from. If my horse is looking to the outside of the arena, if my horse is looking to the outside of the trailer, could I change their focus towards the trailer? Could I change their focus towards me? How can I do that? How can I get comfortable doing that? How can I get practice at reading my horse and noticing when they make that mental shift? And from there, focus is first, then energy is second. If I have their focus, then I can ask the horse to put energy in a certain direction or to do a certain task. But without a mental shift, you're sending energy to a random place or to a place that it has no direction.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So if we want to get in contact with you, or if we want to follow you as you continue to post videos, how would somebody go about finding you?
So you can find me on Facebook. My page is Ariana Sakaris Equestrian Development. If you follow me there, you can read my posts, see my videos, hear important updates and information. You can also go to my website, which is www.arianasakaris.com. You can read a little more about my bio. You can read about the programs that I offer. And also you can email me at ariana@arianasakaris.com. And that email is on the contact page on that website.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being with us today, sharing your story, and all of your advice that you've had for us.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
The Midwest Horse Fair is proudly presented by the Wisconsin State Horse Council Incorporated for over 40 years. Net proceeds from the fair are used by the Wisconsin State Horse Council to promote the equine industry through leadership, education, service, and communication, as well as taking a proactive role in the future growth and development of the equine industry. Thanks again for listening to the Midwest Horse Fair Outside the Arena podcast, where we share stories from expert horse clinicians and entertainers. We hope that you enjoyed this episode and continue to tune in every month and learn about the lives and hear valuable advice from the folks we are proud to have join us at the fair. Learn more about the Midwest Horse Fair at midwesthorsefair.com.
It's not a horse show, it's a horse fair, and you gotta be there. It's the great Midwest Horse Fair.